Once upon a time, in a magnificent kingdom surrounded by lush forests and rolling hills, there lived a benevolent king named Raja Harun. Among the treasures of his court was a remarkable parrot named Chiragh. This parrot was no ordinary bird. He possessed the wisdom of a sage and a voice that could warn of impending dangers. Chiragh had been by the king's side for many years, saving him from countless threats with his sharp instincts and timely advice. The king cherished his feathered companion and relied on him greatly. One bright morning, Chiragh requested permission to venture into the forest. "Majesty," he said, "the forest whispers secrets I must uncover. May I have your leave to explore?" The king, though hesitant, trusted Chiragh and allowed him to go. "Be safe, my friend," he said. Hours later, Chiragh returned with a golden apple clutched in his claws. The fruit shimmered like sunlight and exuded a heavenly aroma. "Tsar," Chiragh announced, "this apple is a gift of the forest. It is meant for you." The king marveled at the apple's beauty, but was cautious. "Before I eat it," he said, "let us test it for safety." Calling his loyal dog, the king offered the apple to the creature. The dog eagerly bit into the fruit, but collapsed moments later, lifeless. Horrified, the king cast the apple far from his sight. He turned to Chiragh, his eyes filled with anger and sorrow. "You betrayed me, my friend. You brought poison into my palace." Chiragh tried to speak, but the king, overcome with grief, ordered the parrot to be taken away. With a heavy heart, the palace guards led Chiragh to the depths of the forest, leaving him to fend for himself. Days turned into weeks, and the king avoided the area where the apple had been discarded. But soon, something extraordinary happened. A majestic tree sprouted from the spot where the apple had landed. Its branches bore fruit more golden and fragrant than the original apple. News of the tree spread far and wide, reaching the ears of a wandering old man. One day, this elderly traveler stopped under the tree to rest. Hungry and weary, he plucked a fruit and took a bite. Instantly, his hunched back straightened, his wrinkled skin smoothed, and his gray hair turned black. The fruit had restored his youth. The story of the miraculous tree reached the king, who hurried to see it for himself. As he gazed at the splendid tree and its wondrous fruit, he was filled with regret. Chiragh was right, he realized. I judged him too quickly and punished him unjustly. Determined to make amends, the king ventured into the forest to find Chiragh. He called out for his friend, his voice echoing through the trees. After hours of searching, he found the parrot perched on a branch, his feathers ruffled but his spirit unbroken. "Forgive me, Chiragh," the king pleaded. "I let my fear cloud my judgment. I failed to trust you, and I wronged you." Chiragh, though hurt, looked into the king's eyes and saw genuine remorse. "Your Majesty," he said, "a true bond can weather even the storm of doubt. Let this be a lesson to us both. Decisions made in haste often lead to regret." The king carried Chiragh back to the palace, where he was welcomed with great celebration. The miraculous tree was carefully tended, and its fruit was shared with the kingdom, bringing health and happiness to all. And from that day forward, the king vowed to trust wisdom over fear, and to never make a decision without understanding its full truth. Moral: never make hasty decisions. Patience and understanding often reveal the true nature of things.